Hey, Pear Fam. It's me, Rebecca.
And I'm Ty.
And we're having a pear and a burger.
She's having a pear. I'm having a chicken burger. Ground chicken. And a caffeine-free Diet Coke. I know, yuck. After I'm used to them, I like them.
I got my water with lemon, so it's still, I prefer water over diet soda. Diet soda's gross.
I'm used to it at this point. Been drinking them for decades.
You've been gross for decades, is what I'm hearing there. But how was your day?
My day is okay, but they're frustrating because I still have a lot of symptoms, heart-related symptoms. Basically feel weak and tired most of the time, and kind of I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's not a pressure on my chest, it's almost like a hollowness. Like I feel, my chest feels hollowed out, kind of. And it comes and goes throughout the day.
Yeah.
And my legs feel especially tired.
Yeah, you mentioned that of just feeling heavier, kind of almost. I will tell you from an accountability standpoint, we've been doing crap for exercise.
We've not been doing great for exercise, but I feel like we've been doing better eating-wise.
Yeah. My continuous blood glucose monitor, which you guys, I'm just going to say, I saw the other day jewelry for this thing, and it's not real fancy. It's just like this little circle, whatever. You've probably seen them on other people, and may or may not have realized what they are, but it's just a continuous blood glucose monitor, because I'm trying to be serious about being diabetic and getting my shit together. But on a really positive note, for me in that regard, I have averaged 132 as my blood glucose over the past week, and that it's not really an official A1C because that does over 3 months, but the continuous blood glucose monitor kind of averages where you're at. And I'm down from an 8.0 to a 6.5.
For those who don't know what she's talking about, it won't make a difference. But for those who do, that's pretty impressive, actually.
It is. It takes me down, basically the 132. If that continues, and again, we're looking at roughly 90-day averages, and I'm just kind of, a month with these numbers. But it basically takes me from diabetic to pre-diabetic numbers. Now let's just see if I can keep it up.
I'm looking at our grocery list now.
That's exciting.
That is exciting. Well, that's what we aim for with this channel. It's just pure excitement. You want to hear our grocery list? Ginger ale, tortillas, flea and tick gel for the cat, ketchup, paper towels, black beans, sugar-free chocolate chips. Yum.
Hey, I'm taking what I can get these days.
Bacon and Jell-O cups.
And those are the sugar-free Jell-O cups,
And I'm going to say the sugar-free Jell-O cups are not that bad. No, they're not going to rock your world like a chocolate-covered lava cake would or something like that. But
Well,
when you're wanting something quick and sweet,
do them, and I've been adding the sugar-free whipped cream to the top,
I know
which is not bad at all. And there's a lot of things that I feel like I taste the sugar-freeness of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's why the pear. It's not sugar-free, but it's got fiber.
Yeah.
So I can justify that to myself of, okay. And it does not seem to spike my blood sugar a lot, even doing it this late at night.
And for those of you watching, we learned something today. We learned that clearly Canadian waters are not sugar-free.
I thought they were.
I
I remember them
did
from my
too.
teenage years.
I mean, and that's not to say anything bad about Clearly Canadian Waters. I drank one earlier today, and they're awesome. But I did not realize they are not sugar-free.
Well, I got it kind of remembering them as, but I've been saying for a while now, hey, you know what, we need a lower sugar soda option, and I probably would have drank that for years.
Yeah.
Before, I mean, now I'm just on the water. But it for the bottle, I feel like it was 24 grams of carbs or sugars, you know, I mean.
Which is better than a soda.
Oh, significantly better than a soda.
But it's still sugar.
Yeah. So with water, but you know, I had about half of it, and it didn't throw my
Yeah.
blood sugar crazy or anything like that. So it was a nice alternative.
And while I'm not a big Perrier fan, I am a big fan of San Pellegrino, especially their flavored ones. But even regular San Pellegrino, I like. And for those of you who are familiar with San Pellegrino, it's a soda water, or as Ted Lasso would say, fizzy water.
Which I think is disgusting.
I know, and I get it's not everybody's thing, but I actually kind of like it.
I'd just rather the water, plain, than that.
Well, I tend to like foods that have texture in them, so that's almost like having water with texture.
So
It does have a little bit of sodium, but other than that, I don't think there's really anything in it.
So when we were kids, my dad worked for an airline, and back then they did not like contract with some cleaning company. They would just let some employees come and pay them a little extra, per plane to do the cleaning. And so in the summer, my parents would let us, me and Amy and Dan, my siblings, my older siblings, the younger two were too little, but we got to go and help my dad clean an airplane. And how's this? I got paid $1 per airplane that we did. I did later learn my older brother got paid $5, and I think my sister $3. I was getting shaft.
You were young, which means you were the dumbest.
I was, but we also got a soda.
And your sister's only like a year or two older than you are. It's not like
I know.
Dan. I get Dan's. What?
Yeah.
What is Dan? 8, 10 years older than you are?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, so I could maybe see that, like if he was a teenager and you weren't quite there yet, but still.
So in my
Because
house,
your dad was notoriously cheap.
oh yeah. So as kids, there were 5 kids in our house. We were just always on a budget, and soda was just one of those not a necessity, so we didn't get it very often. Not a never thing, but just a not very often. So,
And soda used to be relatively cheap.
well, yeah, I think it was as much about the health and the,
Oh,
anyways,
that could be.
who wants 5 jacked
I mean,
up kids around?
Back when you could get a 2 liter for like 79 cents or something like that.
Yeah, but that was
I
also,
mean, like even the real stuff, not the knockoff stuff.
but also we were getting gas for 89 cents a gallon, so
Well, that's true
if you
too.
kind of look at the equivalent today,
But then
petty
again,
gas is what, $4.50 or something?
yeah, somewhere around in there. Or even higher in some places, a little lower in others. But
But
oh yeah, I could remember filling up a car for $10, and that lasted like, going on road trips and stuff for.
yeah, but my dad, we would get, I got my $1 per plane, and then we also got a soda. And at one point, my brother wanted to know what the Canada Dry Club soda was, and my dad said, "Oh no, that's an adult drink. You're not gonna like it," which of course made him want it more.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, an adult drink. Yeah.
Adult drink. And my dad he didn't know what he was saying, that was going to make it like so much more enticing. But you're talking about the San Pellegrino. Makes me think of Dan trying that for the first time and being so disappointed in the idea of like, this is an adult drink? What adult would want to drink this? Is so gross.
Well, generally speaking, you use it as a mixture. I mean,
Well, yeah, and it was,
But-
we're cleaning up like in the first class area and stuff where we got our sodas. So, I mean, it was like, yeah, definitely a mixer. But to us, the adult drink.
the adult drink.
And then he talked my sister into, I'll give you half of that if you give me half of your Sprite. And so she then tried it. And they tried to talk me into joining this. And I was like, nope, I'm happy with my Pepsi. Leave me alone. So they mixed the club soda and the Sprite. And all was okay. But that was the one and only time that he was like, yeah, let me try this adult drink. So
Pepsi.
if you want your kids to stay away from alcohol and you're like, it's an adult drink, you can also tell them that about that and then let them try the club soda and they will be so turned off
Yeah,
that maybe they'll want none of your adult drinks.
that could be. Or it could make them want all of them.
Yeah, maybe.
Kids-
Turn your kids into lushes. Teach them how to mix early.
Yeah. Hey, we had hot toddies when I was like little, like 6.
We didn't. Although I was Catholic, so you got your sip of wine at church and
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised though. You guys came from the mountains that you didn't have. You may have not called them hot toddies, but whatever. Which a hot toddy, at least in my household, was you take a pan and you put some honey in it and heat it up. You add a little black pepper, and then a shot or two of bourbon.
I was gonna say you're from Kentucky. It would have been bourbon.
I'm
there.
from Kentucky. It would have been bourbon. Some places it's other kind of whiskey. But, and yes, you didn't just sit around drinking this like for fun, for shits and giggles. I mean, this was something you drank like if you had a cold or a flu or something like that. So even as like 5 and 6 years old, yeah, I was getting my share of bourbon.
No, this is kind of funny, is that my Granny Martha, at some point, I think was gifted a bottle of sherry. Maybe, brandy. I think she was gifted some brandy.
Ugh.
And she had this bottle, and she'd had it for years and years. And as an adult, I mean, like, we're talking way, she's in her 60s. She just turned 90 recently. But this is like
Yeah.
in her 60s or something,
30
maybe
years
even
ago.
70. Yeah. My aunts talk her into, what's the worst that could happen? And my granddad had passed away at that time. It was like, you should try it. She decides, after much cajoling, that she's going to try the brandy. Only to learn that my Uncle Don had drank it years before, and she was getting some water that had just a little bit of I think a tiny little bit of soda to have made it that brown color. And so she never.
I hope it wasn't like wood coloring dye you put in there.
Well, just know that she, to this day, now has never still tried the brandy or any other alcohol for that
How
matter.
old is your Uncle Don? He's at least my age.
Yeah.
Probably older.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's the oldest, but then he's the second oldest. So
Okay.
big families back then.
No, your Aunt Lori is the baby, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's about my age. Give or
She's
take.
3 years older,
Oh.
but yeah, close.
Is Sherry older than Dawn or younger?
Let's see. My mom,
Peggy.
Dawn, I think David, then Sherry, then Lori.
Okay. I knew Lori was the youngest.
Yeah, Sherry and David might have been switched though. My Aunt Sherry's the one that proudly claims herself to be Witchy Poo. And we don't disagree.
Witchy Poo.
Yeah. So,
it's the weekend because it's Friday night as we're filming this or shooting it or whatever it's called, videoing it nowadays.
you see, we live a very fun and exciting life.
Yes, it's 9:30 on a Friday night. Look what you've got to look forward to, kids.
Oh, I sent Ty a video today that was a couple's anniversary. And he takes the woman outside. And he's like, look what I got for your anniversary. And she's like, it's a new car tire.
I think you just patched the tire.
He
didn't
was
you?
like, no, I just got it patched. And she's like, but you waited at the tire shop for 2.5 hours. I love it.
No, not our tire place. We're out there in like 20 minutes tops.
Oh yeah, they're amazing at ours.
Yeah. I mean, not just patching a tire. They can put a new tire, at least two new tires in your car, and you'll be out there in 15 to 20 minutes.
I will tell you that the last time I had to get a set of tires, I had gone to the oil change place that is one of those like 20 minutes in and out oil change place. They were faster putting on 4 new tires and putting the spare one back underneath kind of the
I'm
SUV. Well, that one takes a little longer than just the 4.
Yeah.
So they got all of those done in quicker time than the oil change took.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yes.
Because those guys are quick.
Very. Very.
Even when they're busy, even when there's a bunch of cars there, they just fly.
And honestly, that's why I'm just like, ICE can suck it, because
All the guys are Latinos
great work ethic.
at this place. Yes, they do. In fact, I was kind of kidding the manager a few weeks ago. The last time I was in there, I was telling him he was working too hard. He was having none of it. He's like, "No, I love working." So
Yeah.
it's like, all right.
And they're very reasonably priced.
Oh, yeah. We have other tire places in town. They're expensive and they take forever. This place, you're out of, again, 20 minutes tops, usually less than that. And even a brand new tire, it seems like, I don't know if it's half the cost, but it's definitely cheaper.
It's been a year or 2, maybe, since I got that last set of tires. But
Well, I was just there like a month ago,
it was
or maybe not even that.
$500 and 20 minutes for a whole new set of tires.
Yeah. And I think the last time I was going to get all tires for my vehicle, it was $800. And that's been 5-6 years ago, so I'm sure it's like everything else is doubled, so why is that not going to be doubled too?
Oh my gosh, my nose itches tonight.
Mine's kind of running.
I know you're reading your shopping list.
Yeah. Do I need to add something?
No, I was just
Pen's ready.
going to say maybe more pears. That on there it says we need more cat, tick, and flea stuff, and I just wanted you guys to know that there was some drama in the pear fan house about a week ago because my son is a smart ass and an idiot, and my mother-in-law has not been super mobile lately, so she's been nowhere where she could see
I was
the
wondering
store
where you were
list.
going.
But she's been doing better with her mobility, which we're very excited about. And so she was out more in the area where the store list is at. And he, like a dumbass, just as smart ass as he can be, wrote on there, enough rat poison for a small dog. Because she has a small dog.
And he doesn't care much for the dog. It's not a bad dog, it's just
She's just spoiled.
she's spoiled and not trained well.
And that makes her a little bit annoying from time to time. So
Yes, she has habits that are annoying that I'm gradually going to
I know, we're
work
working
out
on them.
We're slowly. In fact, even got a book on it. Probably be my next read.
Which was kind of funny, though, because then apparently well, not apparently, she did ask me, she was all like, so what exactly does Gabe mean here by on the store list? I explained, it was just a bad joke. He's not really trying to kill your dog. But then
She
later,
was mad about it at
She
first,
was.
but later on she had a sense of humor about it.
she did. She just told him he was being a jerk and let it go. But
And then she kind of laughed some about it.
then Ty brings home this book that he just picked up.
It was a free book for one of those free little libraries that have free books.
His
Leave a
name-
book, get a book, leave a book, that kind of thing. And I was leaving 2 or 3 books, so I saw this and grabbed it.
and it is Beagles for Dummies. And so he shows it to his mother, thinking, hey, there might be some great tips in here to help. And she just looks at it and is like, you see that? They think I'm a dummy. Which I just want you to know, I warned him that that was going to be what she said. And he's like, no.
Oh, my shoulders are stiff tonight. My shoulders are stiff tonight. Name of my sex tape. That I don't know what that would mean.
I don't either. I just maybe I just like any part of you stiff.
Wow.
But one of these days he might listen to me. It will probably.
I'm listening to you all the time.
But then you ignore me.
Well, yeah, but I listen to you. Like you listen to me.
I listen to you.
And then ignore me.
I can think of one recently that you ignored me quicker than I can think of one that I ignored you.
I would say pretty much every time we get in the car, you ignore me.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, I do.
I do the driving most of the time.
She does most of the driving. I do a fair amount of driving without her, but
That's
when
true.
we're together, she probably does 90% of the driving.
You're welcome to be the driver.
Sometimes I am.
Sometimes I just operate on
Oh.
autopilot.
Speaking of driving, that's big news this week. I sold my truck.
Oh yeah. Yay.
And felt like we got a good deal for it.
Yeah. And, you know, it was an older truck. It was this fishing truck.
Yeah,
That was
it was
never-
just for fishing and around the farm, kind of.
Never meant to be a primary vehicle.
No.
But it was a good used truck.
I had it for 9 years. It was a good truck, yeah.
It was 30 when he sold it, so it was not a young truck or anything.
No, it was not. But it was in good shape for a 30-year-old truck. I mean, it wasn't nice enough to like take to some of these classic car shows. It wasn't that nice. But honestly, it probably wouldn't have taken much to get it there. You know,
Yeah.
clean it up, wax it.
Good
and
wax. Wax
Good
on.
waxing.
Wax off. Wax off.
I don't think you'd even have to paint it. You could clean the engine up some.
Well,
I don't think it'd need any major
now
work.
it's gone.
Now it's gone, and I'm not really a classic cars kind of guy anyway, as far as like going to shows or.
We had too many vehicles. It was not a bad thing to have a spare vehicle between the two of us, kind of thing. But now we're in
We
a
had
household
6
with 6
vehicles.
vehicles and 3 drivers.
Yeah,
Because my mother-in-law has a vehicle, my son
she has
has
2
a vehicle.
vehicles.
My late stepfather,
Yeah.
father-in-law, she still has that truck and doesn't
Yeah, we
want
still
part
have
of
a
that.
truck.
So,
So-
and then Ty's car and mine. So there were 6 cars,
Yeah.
and so to be down one is very reasonable, and
Yeah,
they're all old vehicles. And none of them are.
Gage is probably the newest, and it's what, probably still 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, I mean, none of these are new cars, so it's not like we're rolling in it as we're talking about having
Yeah, I don't.
5 cars.
Well, and it's also a matter of I don't want new cars. I don't like all the bells and whistles and this, that, and the other thing. I know I sound like a Luddite, and I'm the old guy, but I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I don't mind basic stuff like electric windows and a stereo and heating and air I want, but I don't want a computer screen and built into my car. It's just one more thing to break and an expense.
And, well, I'm going to say you're not wrong. Also, Ty still has a flip phone. I think we've established
I do still
that.
have a flip phone.
And a massive CD collection and all that. Because
Is it massive? I guess it is. No,
you've
nowadays.
got, what, 6 or 8?
I
you
think
got
7.
6
One of them has got other
big
stuff in it.
cases that
I have
probably...
7 cases full of CDs.
I'd say that's...
There's an 8th case, but it's just got bits and pieces of like headphones and things like that in it.
I would say nowadays, I'm not saying
Nowadays,
that,
that's a big collection.
yeah, I was going to say, I don't think, in the 90s that was necessarily a huge collection.
No, but it still would have been
it would have been sizable, but
Yeah.
but I've seen bigger.
I bet you have.
But
Not in this house, you haven't.
it's still sizable. um, so, anyways, he's got a ton of CDs and stuff, and appreciates some of the older technology. In fact, that's the other thing Ty did this week. Since he's been needing a little more downtime with his heart, I pulled out his PlayStation 2.
Yes, I did.
And
My PlayStation 2, and it still worked. I hadn't even turned it on in 7 years.
yeah, he knows this because the memory card told him when you
Yeah,
last
there's
played.
memory cards in there, and they tell you the last time you played or last time you saved something, and it was last one was 7 years ago.
And so he got to pull out the old Grand Theft Auto
San Andreas,
San Andreas.
which is 22 years old this year, and I was like, oh gosh.
See, as they're getting to know us a little bit, they're like, not even a little surprised that we're home doing this on a Friday night.
Yeah, I know.
Living large.
But I will say, GTA San Andreas is still considered a respectable game.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, it was perhaps the biggest selling video game of all time. It's not nowadays, but
Yeah.
20 years ago, it was.
No, I
If it wasn't the top ever, it was top 5 at least.
Yeah. And I'm not worried about losing him to being a gamer guy all the time. He still has a game he bought that was the Rebel Alliance. Never played.
Battlefront.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was a Star Wars game. I just don't like to play console games anymore because they suck up your life. You sit down and it feels like 15 minutes has passed, and you find out it's like 8 hours has gone by. And
But that's kind of the beauty of where you are right now.
I know, but
Is having you're allowed that, and
I know.
you won't get that same grace a month or two from now. I'll expect you to be
Johnny on the spot.
sure. Are you sitting here monitoring your blood pressure or
Not my heart
heart
rate.
rate?
Not my blood pressure. This won't do blood pressure. But I did my blood pressure 20 minutes ago anyway.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, and you tried to, but your cuff wasn't working.
Well, I could come use your cup.
You could,
Well, I was.
but
I-
yours is like whatever.
I had quit using mine because it was not working. I used to be part of, at one point she wanted me checking my blood pressure regularly because I do I forget what it's called, white coat, whatever, and just going into a doctor's office, my blood pressure is immediately higher.
See, mine's the opposite. Every time I go into a doctor's office, my blood pressure is like perfect. It's like 120/70.
But in your mind, you're calm and relaxed. If something's going to happen to me, it's here at the doctor's office. I'm safe, It's almost
Better for it to happen there than somewhere else.
I look at it as like, I'm here for my test and I'm going to get yelled at by my third grade teacher or something weird. And I know that's not the attitude I should have.
I don't think I've ever been yelled at by a doctor. I've maybe had one or two who were kind of disappointed.
I don't think I have either, so I don't know where this comes from, but it's common enough that there's a name, because I'm not the only person who gets anxious going to the doctor.
No, you're not.
Okay, it's like the blood sugar monitor. I've not had like wild changes to medication or anything like that, but I am more likely to make better choices because of this stupid little thing on my arm.
It's
And
just a
it's
constant
showing me.
reminder.
I know, but there's something about like, hey, I have been in the green this week 97% of the time.
Maybe really.
Yeah, I
Wow.
know. And that, maybe I could nudge myself, the rest of the way. Or,
Well, it's a constant reminder, and then there's some positive reinforcement or some negative reinforcement if you go the other way.
yeah.
You know?
So, But I will say that I feel like I am getting to that place where my body is reacting some
Hand
to
me
that.
the white
This?
jar thing. Yes. I'm gonna hold this up.
We're sitting.
This is for the dog. I'm just gonna hold this up the camera and let you read it. Yes. Yes, that does exactly what you think it does, and it's for exactly what you think.
And we have
But it's
multiple.
and we have more than one kind, and I think the other one's gone because I used all of it. These are edibles. This is not something we have to insert in the dog, because if we did, they'd never get it.
I'm gonna say edible for the dog. When he says like these are
Yes,
edibles,
edible for the dog.
it's not that kind
These-
of edible.
These are edible for the dogs, not the fun kind of edibles.
But
And-
here's what I'm gonna say to
And
that.
I've never eaten one of these.
I don't think you want to.
I'm not going to. It's definitely kind of a livery dog food smell.
But this is part of the dog is very spoiled, and she needs that because as part of a nutritious breakfast, my mother-in-law gives her ice cream. And
And
if
pumpkin.
the pumpkin, I think, legitimately does help with stomach issues in
Probably.
moderation. Like if your dog is having some stomach issues, they might recommend a little pumpkin to settle it. Not an everyday thing. They especially don't recommend ice cream every day
No.
and for breakfast. Like I get, being a pet owner, you might have an ice cream and let your dog have a lick or something. No, this is, let's go get some ice cream and melt it in a tray and pour it over her dog food to encourage her to eat. And like if a dog's not hungry or is full enough that you're having to encourage it to eat, it's too full.
It's not hungry.
Dogs
Yeah.
should just want to eat. That's,
Yeah.
And so if you're having to entice it and pour ice cream on it, you probably just don't need to feed the dog so many treats and stuff. Or so much in general. But
I'm in
That's
the
just
mood to add something to the grocery list,
okay.
but I don't know what. I don't have anything specific in mind. I just want to add something. I just don't know what. The ketchup's on here. We're getting a little low on the ketchup, but not.
This has been my clutch kind of food that has been helpful because it's been good in protein and fiber. Is that if you go to the Mexican place and get the ACP, instead of the rice, substitute the beans. The cheese is good with carbs, the chicken is good, low fat, and then refried beans. They do have